Maqasid Shariah. Maqasid Shariah translates to the objective of Islamic law is an important concept in Islamic studies that help us understand the broader goals behind the rule and principles of Shariah. Maqasid Shariah also looks at the bigger picture, aiming to protect and promote the well-being of individual and society. And the main goals of Maqasid Shariah are to protect 5 key elements: religion, life, intellect, lineage, and property. And these are often seen as essentials for living a good and meaningful life. And the purpose of Shariah is to safeguard these values. These are the objectives of the report on Maqasid al-Shariah. First of all, the protection of intellect in Islamic law, to emphasize the importance of intellect in Islam in highlighting the significance of intellect. To examine the protections of intellect in Islamic law in explaining in details on how Islamic law safeguards intellect through prohibitions such as those against intoxicants. To discuss the role of intellect in fulfilling religious duties and exploring how intellect is necessary for understanding and adhering to the religious techniques.
Hi, my name is Tengku Alia Muqtado and my matrix number is 084026. I will present the literature review of our reports. As we all know, Islamic law takes a comprehensive approach to safeguarding the intellect, as reflected in various studies. Based on the research I have accumulated, I was able to connect the dots on the rationale of ofMaqasid Shariah third principle, the protection of intellect. Kasol 2007 conveyed in his study that prohibition of intoxicants serves to protect the intellect, as these substances impair or destroy the intellectual function. Several studies support this finding. For example, Bedi et al. 2014 highlighted that drug use can lead to behavioral and cognitive changes such as impaired judgment, altered perception of time, and changes in speech pattern. Their study also indicated that speech characteristics could predict drug conditions, showing how drug use significantly altered communication styles. In another study of Dasgupta 2011, it is reported that excessive alcohol consumption could result in lasting impairment of brain function, particularly within the mesolimbic system. Kazol 2007 also noted that intoxicants are not limited to drugs and alcohol only, but include substances such as nicotine, sedative hypnotics, stimulants, tranquilizer, and opiates. This approach involved not just prohibiting harmful substances, but also promoting educational initiatives and ethical guidelines to encourage intellectual growth. Despite the substantial discussion on the prohibition of substance, there is only a limited proactive measures within the Islamic legal framework that promotes and enhances intellectual growth. Following this finding, our research question will focus on this gap. First, examining the discussion surrounding substance prohibition, and second, exploring proactive measures within Islamic law to support intellectual development.
Today I'm here to talk about how Islamic teaching guides us in protecting our intellect, known as Hifz al-Aql, through the concept of Maqasid al-Shariah. This idea is important because it helps us live a better life as an individual and as a community, and we will discuss how this teaching relates to education, using social media, responsibility, and dealing with new technology. Explore this topic. First, we study Islamic texts like the Quran and Sunnah, focusing on verses such as Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 19, which prohibit intoxicants, and Surah Al-Alaq, which emphasize learning and knowledge. And we also examine writing from the scholar like Al-Ghazali, who highlight the ethical responsibility of protecting intellect, and As-Shatibi, who connected this principle to broader social welfare. And second, we analyze how this teaching can be applied to modern challenges like mental health issue, misinformation, and addiction to digital device. This combined approach allows us to connect Islamic value with today's realities. Islam strongly emphasizes protecting the mind. The Quran explicitly warns against substances like alcohol in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 19, because they harm our ability to think clearly. It also encourages intellectual growth and learning in Surah Al-Alaq, verse 96, ayat 1 until 5, reminding us of the importance of gaining knowledge as a divine command. The Sunnah further support this with the Prophet Muhammad teaching lifelong learning and avoiding action that damage mental well-being. Scholars such as Al-Ghazali and Al-Shatibi expanded on this idea, showing how protecting intellect aligns with the higher purpose of Shariah, such as preserving faith, life, and the ethical behavior. Our research identified key ways to apply the principle of intellect protection in today's world. In education, integrating Maqasid Shariah principle into school curriculum helps students excel academically while also developing good characters. For example, discussing ethical dilemma in science or history classes encourage critical thinking and decision making grounded in faith and reason. Encouraging curiosity and innovation while maintaining a strong ethical framework nurtures well-rounded individuals. On social media, following Maqasid Shariah principle means being mindful about what we share and post, verifying information before sharing to reduce the spread of false or harmful content, engaging in respectful conversation online not only protect our own intellect but also foster a positive and informed digital community, and sharing education or uplifting content help combat negativity and support mental well-being for everyone involved. In the realm of technology, rapid advancement from the Industrial Revolution 4.0 present new challenge. Maqasid Shariah encourage us to critically evaluate how we use tools like artificial intelligence, AI, or social media platform. For instance, we should ask whether this tool improve our life without compromising our value or causing harm. Islamic teaching reminds us that technology should serve humanity needs while upholding ethical standards, ensuring that progress does not come at the cost of our moral integrity. There are several actionable steps we can take to protect intellect based on this finding. Teachers can include ethical discussion and Islamic principles in their lesson to help students develop critical thinking and moral responsibility. For example, incorporating stories from the Quran or Hadith that highlight the value of knowledge can inspire students to align their study with their faith. Social media users should double-check facts before sharing posts and focus on spreading positive and educational content, and this can help maintain a respectful and informed online environment. While adopting new technology, individuals and communities should critically assess its impact, ensuring that it aligns with Islamic value and benefits society as a whole. This approach allows us to embrace innovation while staying true to our ethical beliefs.
So moving on by me, I will explain in this discussion more details about the findings and also the statistics that we got from this research. So we're going to start off with the interpretation of findings, which the findings of this research emphasize the significant role of Maqasid Shariah in conserving understanding in the midst of coexisting obstacles in education, social media, and developing technologies. What the studies highlight is that preserving the intellect is an essential principle in Islam as expressed in the Quran and Sunnah. To ensure individual well-being as well as societal harmony, this fundamental tenet is crucial, which emphasizes that protecting intellectual capabilities is vital for making enlightened decisions and sustaining moral integrity. Moving on to the explanation of intellectual developments in educational context, Maqasid Shariah's application in educational settings nurtures both academic success and ethical development. It is said that these findings signify that educational programs ingrained in these principles motivate pupils to blend intellectual skills with moral values. Apart from enhancing one's decision-making capabilities, this holistic approach also fosters a sense of responsibility and ethical awareness among students, setting them up to guide complex societal issues. Moving on to the next, we are going to explain further about protection of intellect in Islamic teachings. The study exposes that Islamic guidance prioritizes the preservation of intellect, as seen in Quranic verses that forbid intoxicants which damage intellectual functions in Surah Al-Ma'idah, and this aligns with the vaster objectives of Maqasid Shariah, which the intention is to promote human welfare by protecting significant components like intellect. Supplementary explanation from scholars like Al-Ghazali and Al-Shatibi on these teachings strengthen the need for intellectual preservation as a means to gain spiritual and moral evolution. Furthermore, for the ethical engagement in social media, the study exemplifies how Maqasid Shariah can provide a structure for ethical conduct in social media interactions. People notice the significance of filtering content to prevent misleading information which could cause harm to intellectual health and societal unity. Individuals can contribute to a better and more respectful online environment by publicizing positive and constructive content. The next one is addressing technological and modern challenges. Both opportunities and risks for intellectual prevention are visible because of the rapid advancement of technology. This research recognizes challenges, for instance, fake news and technology addiction, as harmful to cognitive health. Nevertheless, it is somehow sums up that Maqasid Shariah offers a balanced approach by advocating for reasonableness and accountability of technology usage. People recognize that teaching to ethical standards based on Islamic principles helps individuals to handle recent obstacles while sustaining personal ethics. And the last one, for the conclusion, the findings assert that the relevance of Maqasid Shariah in current context, showing its ability to promote intellectual development and preserve moral standards in an evolving digital society. To enable individuals to make sound decisions and act responsibly, the assimilation of these doctrines into education and social practices is crucial. Eventually, both intellectual integrity and moral values are essential to achieve harmony between faith, ethics, and scientific advancement in a constantly evolving world. These findings propose that Islamic values provide a sturdy framework for managing contemporary issues while cultivating a culture of learning, ethical engagement, and responsible use of technology.
In conclusion, the flexibility and adaptability of Maqasid Shariah have allowed scholars and jurists to interpret Islamic principles in a way that is responsive to the changing needs of society. This capacity for adaptation has made Maqasid Shariah a vital tool in addressing contemporary issues, including human rights, social justice, economic equity, while staying true to the Islamic values. Moreover, Maqasid Shariah provides a framework that is not limited to the religious ritual but extends to the establishments of ethical governance, sustainable development, and the protections of human rights. That's all from us. Thank you.